and I'm in denial.
This process was offensive and it was bogus. And y'all kept saying, oh, we got to be better than the status quo. This is actually the status quo. White folks, middle to only class folks, don't know nothing about being black, don't know nothing about being incarcerated, making decisions about jail, investing money in jail. That's actually the status quo. Madison is no different. Y'all all act like y'all better. I don't care how progressive you think you are. On record, on paper, you made the same decision. You put money in prisons, you put money in jails, and you are the worst in the country in racial disparities as it relates to incarceration. You have done nothing different.
Meanwhile, our schools choose to stay in line with their historical role in ensuring the $75 million didn't go to waste, doing their part to help fill the jails by pushing students of color through the school-to-prison pipeline. This, despite all local facts and statistical evidence pointing to a reiteration of the ACLU's conclusion, bringing the jail closer to schools with police presence only serves to recriminalize blackness and does not make schools the slightest bit safer.
As you all sit here today, and the many more days to come, I want you to think about this word, safety. Now I want you to think deeply and try to answer this question. Whose safety are you really, truly concerned about? I can tell you that having police in our schools is not addressing any of the safety needs of black and brown students. By having the police in our schools, we are only continuing the criminalization of black, brown, refugee, immigrant, and LGBTQ youth. If you want to make sure our schools are safe and healthy, then we need to put that money into our students and not the police. Especially if we say that young people are the future. If they are the future, then stop policing them.
Instead of pouring all that money to hiring more police to be in our schools, why not put that money into communities that needs it and put a roof over someone's head that can't provide a house or buy food for poor people.
Police make us folks of color feel pressured and unsafe. I feel that if the $360,000 that go towards police, we could use this money towards fresh fruit, healthier meals, and resources for queer youth and also youth of color in general. So I am demanding community control over discipline, resources for youth of color such as teachers, counselors, and advocates for youth in a cultural specific way, and I lastly say no cops in school. Thank you.
While activists press on, liberal white Madison needs to wake up. You want to tell yourselves these disparities are about poverty and that it's not really your fault because you didn't create these problems. But we are creating these problems every day. We create them when we refuse to depart from business as usual, and when we continue to arrest thousands of people every year for nonviolent crimes that result from their efforts to survive poverty. We create them when we choose to criminalize what were once school discipline issues. We create them when we accept that we arrest black people at a rate of 10 to 1 compared to white people. We create them when we think we know what is best for everyone, and when we refuse to create space for communities to solve problems in the ways they believe are best. We must do better. We need to get police out of our schools and invest in our communities instead of in cages. There's literally almost nowhere to go but up.
And furthermore, you also won't make remarks saying we should push in other places, because we're pushing everywhere. We have not acquiesced, we have not given in, we have not pretended that this was right. And I don't want to hear nothing from nobody talking about what black people you know, what program you were associated. You all made this backward-ass decision. This is the problem with white liberals in Madison. This is it. I don't care what book you read. I don't care what meeting you attended, because when it came down to it, you did the same thing as every other person. That's racist. This is racism right here. Congratulations.
Shame.
Shame.